Hey people, Intro here, 3v3 Fend Unlock. Got some Emperor's Finest, but first, on the blue team, AP BuckNell has brought a Mekboy. I think he just heard there was going to be a fight and showed up. There he goes, teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat with a bunch of Orky gadgets alongside its double Daemonhunters. I guess these Space Marines have perhaps been a little bit naughty. We got NightHog and Alpha Centauri. These guys are powerful psychers, starting with a ranged bolt gun, strong support and control. Red Space Marines, DarkAngel's got a Force Commander, versatile frontline hero bringing offense, disruption and support, but not a DarkAngel scheme apparently. Alongside Ghaz and an Apothecary, support hero fighting in melee combat by default, begins with a heal and a passive health, regeneration aura, Black Templars elite scheme, and rounding off the teams, YZ with a Techmarine also rocking some Black Templars. This guy starts off in ranged combat, can get a melee weapon, supports with structures and repairs. I already saw some scouts running, those were Ghaz's back at base. The mid is turning blue, we got some strike squads, Daemonhunters pushing forward for some reason. I guess he's trying to find some cover and support this Mekboy, there we go. The strike squad are not helping, here we go, now they're helping. Some stormtroopers stepping up as well. Not quite as much DPS, these Daemonhunter bolters, as the Techmarine, but it's pretty close. I think it's around 29 and the Techmarine's around 33 DPS. All three Space Marine heroes here benefiting from that health regen aura thanks to the Apothecary. Mekboy gets out of the garrison. Oh, but some shooter boys pile in. There's a bunch of battle cry buffs now thanks to the Force Commander. Rift Tear thrown down by one of the Daemonhunters, slowing down units. But he has to run. 2-1 very early on for the blue team. Some mines getting chucked out. Was that the mech? There was the mech. I was thinking maybe it was the Techmarine chucking some mines down, but it's got a master-crafted bolter now. More DPS with high-powered shot as well. Impact grenade for those stormtroopers. Maybe they can chuck it over the wall here. These tacks are getting very low. Apothecary doesn't have the energy to heal though. Really good pressure here from the blue team. These fellas now have their Tomes of Titan. And there's the energy burst slowing down the Techmarine. But they're not wading into melee here. I think they're perhaps wary of getting like triple Kraken bolts, tactical marines shooting them all at once. These guys with the flamer looking to push onto the power maybe. Or it could have just been anti-garrison stuff. There's a bunch of Kraken bolts now. 20% more damage versus heavy infantry, such as this strike squad. Strike squad much more dangerous in melee though than those tactical marines. They are able to get... Did they get a model? They did get a model off the tax. And didn't drop one. So the Space Marines do brute force their way in there. Meanwhile, southeast, contested power is red and noded for the Space Marines, but stormtroopers are working on it. And down the other side, some capping sluggers able to get onto the VP. They're going to get shotgun to the face though. There it is. Knocks them off the cap, and the scouts can take it back. Apothecary, I guess the Apothecary went down, did he? I didn't even notice. We've lost the indicator for him, but so I think he got shot down. Must have got revived maybe by this Force Commander. No, he's got no... Maybe by the Techmarine, perhaps. He's got a chunk of XP here. Single cap for the blue team. More stormtroopers for Alpha Centauri. Nothing else up for NightHog. He's got some of those Empyrean brain mines. I don't see them very often. Damage and cripple enemies. Okay. That's very descriptive. I think they just damage you and slow you down, right? They've been changed a few times. There's the brain mines. They'll be spot. Oh, there we go. Oh, they slow you down and do damage over time, I guess. They could get... There we go. There's a sergeant on the scout, so they'll be able to spot the mines and shoot them now. Bunch of mines then. Death gun up for the Mekboy. Doesn't seem like he's set up with it though. You can't fire until he sets up. Assault squad on the field for DarkAngel. Trying to trade in melee with the strike squad. There's a bunch of stormtroopers here in support. And so's the Daemonhunter showing up as well. The strike squad did not drop a model again. And they did kill one of the assault marines. Whole bunch of Dako here to greet the Space Marines in the mid. Looters with the death gun. Mekboy with the death gun. And a whole bunch of Dako from these shooter boys as well with Knob Leader and big shooters. Devastators in play. They may want some more assault squads up, eh? Well, YZ has one, or YZ. Hanging out towards the south at the moment. Devastator's doing Devastator things. The Strike Squad needs to back off. Not sure what this guy's up to. Just gonna get suppressed if you stand there, buddy. Oh, did he chuck some more mines out, maybe? There's some Mekboy mines. They all look the same, unfortunately. No, these are Empyrean mines. I guess both of the Daemonhunters got them. Yeah. They're going mine crazy there on the blue team. So keeping your scout sergeants alive is going to be important to spot them. Can the Strike Squad get around the back of these Devastators? So they're not even trying. There we go. Okay, they give up again. There's the Rift Tear. Now the Rift Tear slows down your movement speed. Does it also slow down your rotation speed? Does that count as movement in the modifier? Because that would be important for Devastators if they try to set up again. There's the War Banner with the Frazzle or whatever it's called going off. Death Gun able to set up again. We have a customized Stormbolter for the Apothecary with that full auto available. 499 to 326. I thought we were going to see a Sanguine Chainsaw to like brawl with the Strike Squad a bit. But no sign of it yet. Power Bash here from YZ. Devastators to support. Gonna get the node down at least there. Scouts are wiped by the looters. They knocked them down with the shotgun. I think they should have gone into melee combat afterwards and tied them up. That was such a quick wipe. At that range, the Death Gun doing huge damage to the scouts. Look at this though on the other side. DarkAngel with the VP kind of locked down here, although doesn't have it capped. Mekboy could teleport in and tie up those Devastators. They're able to suppress the Devs and maybe get the Strike Squad in, but now they're taking huge damage. Scouts looking for a cheeky grenade, were they? Yeah, I think so. Dropped all but the Sergeant. Assault Squad are incredibly low down on a single model. Get some decent specials after the jump and then run. Grenade out on the Devs. Sluggers just piling in there. Those are impact grenades from these Stormtroopers with no fuse. Very, very nice to have. Chuck them in for an instant disruption. That was fun, says DarkAngel. That heal out on these tacks. Can Ghaz stay in play here and hold against these two players? The tacks doing really well, getting in on melee with the Mekboy, and there's the full auto as well. And a Rhino is up from Alpha Centauri. Heavy bolter turret is in for the anti-infantry damage. Just gets in behind the Devastators there and they have to run. The attacks also run. Plasma's up on some of the Stormtroopers now as well. This fella's got arm of the Apothecarian. Librarian on the way for DarkAngel. No, cancels it. I think it's a good shout. Can Veil of Time the Devastators and gate out the Assault Squad if they get into trouble. He wants that Melter Bomb first. Force Command with Artificer Armor just to make him tankier. And Refractive Field for the Techmarine. A very efficient shield that doesn't give you any knockback immunity like other shields tend to do. Vindicator Assassin is up, using targets acquired on the scouts to see where they're going after he shoots. Using the anti-infantry rounds at the moment, obviously. No vehicles on the way for the red team. There's that Rhino. What's the plan for this Rhino, fellas? I mean, there's the Melter Bomb. These guys are getting Missile Launcher. Plasma Guns up for the attacks of YZ. And Ghaz did replace his scouts, by the way. These guys still have a Flamer. 419 to 305. These fellas in a bad spot, I think. Bunch of stun bombs chucked in by the stick bombers, who are strangely split up here, maybe because of the Rhino moving around. There's some actual stick bombs. And stick bombers are good melee combatants. They could threaten Marines in melee. Apothecary's still level 1, so he's not throwing out any better, more powerful heals at the moment. Also, lack of energy being level 1 hurts the ability to use advanced healing. Whole bunch of stick bombs following up the stuns. Can't get a model off the devs though. Speaking of devastators, here's a plasma cannon guy. Gets a shot. I think it killed one stormtrooper and then runs. More stun bombs. And more stick bombs. Chucking like crazy. Look at the resources that BuckNell has. I was going to say should go tier 3 and does go tier 3. We do indeed get a librarian for DarkAngel. Got the sergeant and the melter bomb up on these fellas. Any more war gear? No. Does have the missile launcher as well, which costs 35 power. It's quite an expensive upgrade, but that's what you get for having a squad that can basically counter most things by switching ammo, or rather switching special weapons. Got to pay for that versatility. Assault squad getting a decent jump on the stormtroopers, on the shooter boys. Can they wipe them? If they jump again, maybe. They do not jump again. Bolt pistol almost got them though, eh? Now, can they put some pain onto the Rhino? There's the melter bomb and there's the missile launchers. Shots. They should be using for the Emperor, I think. DarkAngel. Lots of repairs. Basically repaired it up to full with all those stormtroopers there. And a Grey Knight Dreadnought with plasma cannon. I don't think the red team can stay in this fight for very long. Oh, that was a nasty grenade. I think it was from the scouts, and they grenaded their own devastators, and down they go, wiped by the strat squad. Oh, they got the Rhino. Well done to those tacks, eh? I thought they were going to out-repair it. Maybe the plasma cannon must have got a shot. Oh, and there was a las cannon as well. I wasn't paying attention to all of the anti-vehicle stuff there. Rhino goes down. The tacks escape. Haven't quite leveled yet. What about you, Mr. Apothecary? You're level 2 now. Well done. Assault squad's still level 1. This plasma cannon's hitting terrain. Needs to move up a bit. Assault squad jumping into... Oh, just to get a melter bomb. Then they eat a plasma cannon shot. And strike squad are there with the Justicar. Wonder who wins that fight. I imagine it's the assault squad. Especially if they can hit a good merciless. Space Marine Dreadnought now for Ghaz in its default melee state. Goes after the looters. Crack. Can he get one? Crack. It does indeed. There's an inspiration on kill. The Vindicator Assassin though, loading in some turbo penetrator rounds for anti-vehicle damage. Using the Cameloline death stealth suit to hide a bit. Got one shot. Demon Hunters, of course, do have that Psychic Assailment global that they can use to buff range damage. Don't see it on the Vindicator, though. Red team have the mid. 386 to 283 on the VPs. Stick Bombers coming out in Tier 3 for BuckNell, and Tier 3 on the way for Alpha Centauri. That is YZ now going Tier 3 as well. Sluggers repairing the Dreadnought. How the heck they're managing to do that, I don't know. Just randomly smacking it with hammers, perhaps. And they just believe that they are repairing it, so it is getting repaired. Up in the north, Sacred Standard up for the Force Commander. Still level 1, this fella, but now has that constant buff to nearby infantry. Librarian here too with the Force Staff. Can use that to stop enemy caps and things. I think the Force Commander should have stayed there to get that decap. Seemed like he was pretty close to it. Vindicator using Exodus rounds to wipe out some devs, did they? No. They took one model off these guys. Melter Bomb again. I don't know why they're trying so hard to get the Melter Bomb when there's nothing to follow it up. Need to be a bit more patient with that. Veil of time on the Assault Squad so they can move a bit faster. Are you guys going to jump? Oh, they can't jump. They don't have the energy for it. Some impact grenades, some special attacks. The tack's got the cap on the VP there. What's the Daemonhunter doing? Oh, he's going for the... I thought he was going to try and force melee on those tacks. The Librarian might kill him though. Yep, Librarian takes him down. Inspiration on kill there as well. Tacks using And They Shall Know No Fear. And they're tanking the Strat Squad well, especially with Librarian support because he's got a power weapon. 291 to 283. Force Commander runs. What happened to the assault squad? They also ran, I guess. Librarian doing great work here. All those inspirations now trying to bash power. Back to the mid. Techmarine level 3 trying to grab it. Signum armor is in play. Bunch more tier 3s coming through. And some Vanguard veterans now for YZ back at base there. Mekboy is doing some Mega Rumblers. Looks like he just revived the Daemonhunter as well. You okay, Mr. Scout? He's alright. He's alright. Librarian should also be alright. Took a bunch of damage, but should be fine. Vengeance rounds doing some work. The shooter boys are tanking it remarkably well. They are in heavy cover. So maybe they're not getting direct hits, only the area of effect stuff is hitting them. Vindicator's done well as well. A couple of Vindicators would have been fun to see. Bursting down some Marine squads and things. Here's those double stick bombers. And looks like BuckNell perhaps waiting for Battle Wagon. Got some Grey Knight Terminators for Alpha Centauri. Maybe DarkAngel can throw out some Assault Terminators to mess with them. Already has the Librarian up. Maybe at least one Redeemer from these guys. Level 3 Apothecary now. Level 3 Techmarine, almost level 4. I wonder if he'll switch to Plasma Gun or something once he spots those Terminators. 232 to 272. A slight VP lead for the Space Marines, but it is bleeding off. Dreadnought Flamer doing some work on those stick bombers. How good is that Flamer actually? I hope it's good. It should be like 2 times a Tactical Marine Flamer or something in my book. Force Commander might almost level if he's lucky. There he goes. Levels up, but needs to run. There's some Mega Rumbler action. Forcing off the Assault Squad. Don't think I've seen For the Emperor used yet, which is maybe why he still has the red to get Terminators. 232, 251. Uncapped VP in the mid. Apothecary running for his life. There's that high-powered shot. Also Devastators, but they all got stunned. Overcharged Plasma suppressing those fellas. Librarian runs, and here are the Grey Knight Terminators of Alpha Centauri. Already with a wrist-mounted Psy Cannon. Good versus all targets. Power melee splash damage halberds. They don't want to fight a Dreadnought though, and there's marked target on them, look. Any sign of a Melter or Plasma Gun? No, not yet. Some Terminators for Ghaz. Cyclone Missile Launcher dealies. And here comes that Battle Wagon. The Cyclone Missile Launcher will help against that. And I assume we still have... Yep, still have Missile Attack, still have the Melter Bomb. Got Vengeance rounds, and there's a Las Cannon here, so... Oh, and these guys got the Power Fist as well, so that Battle Wagon's going to be under threat. Land Raider Redeemer on the way for YZ. Grey Knight Terminators can really mess up the Assault Squad if they jump in haphazardly. Level 2 Force Commander has the Power Sword to make his battle cry even more effective, stacking up with the Sacred Standard. Terminators be capping. Taking shots though from Vindicator Assassin. He seems to be shooting a different model every time, which isn't useful. There he goes, he got another shot on the same model there. Oh, Tempest. Armor of Damnation from NightHog. 199251. VP lead for the Space Marines with a 2-to-1 cap now. Plasma Cannon says no to your caps. Mekboy tried to get Mega Rumbler going, I think, but the Vanguard veteran said no. Have a Power Fist instead. Battle Wagon is here. Daemonhunter goes down. Looks like he has his glaive maybe there. I think he's got his glaive up. There's more Tempest action. Forcing the Devastators to move. It slows you down, then it silences you. Then it starts doing damage. And it'll channel as long as you have energy. And we see this guy having Tome of Tranquility to give him more energy per second. Grey Knight Terminators wiping out the devs there. Was that them? Did they get the last shot, or was it the Vindicare maybe? Vindicare's now getting shots on the Dreadnought. Nice tool to have when the Terminators dive in on you like that. Couldn't save the Devastators though. Here's the Land Raider Redeemer. Allows you to reinforce, retreat back to it, and get some health regen. There's a Cyclone. Some decent rear armor hits on the Battle Wagon. Not a huge amount. Daemonhunter revives Daemonhunter. Should level him to 4. There we go. And this guy does indeed have the Force Glaive. Power melee weapon that can disrupt nearby units with Inferno, and we've got Armor of Fortitude. More health regen, and Indomitable's quite nice, isn't it? Might be able to use it to save the Grey Knight Terminators at some point. We've got Purgation up for Alpha Centauri here. Conversion Beam is in play. Kind of like a Grey Knight las cannon. Can those fellas cap the mid? They are getting assault cannon in the face. They're still capping. Oh, plasma cannon stops it though. A bunch of damage on the battle wagon here. Force Commander just hanging out, giving buffs to everything. What is the Techmarine trying to do? I'm not sure. Maybe he was trying to get marked target on a specific enemy or something. But he hasn't set the Land Raider as a retreat point, even though it's his own Land Raider. Oh, there's another Land Raider back here from DarkAngel. And a third on the way. But yeah, he didn't retreat back to his own Land Raider. 184 to 251. Land Raider Crusader up as well. There's going to be 4 of them on the field. 4 Land Raiders. Orbital bombardment thrown in by someone. I think it was YZ. Indeed it was. Daemonhunter's going to be taken out maybe. Yep, Daemonhunter goes down. Not sure what he was up to back here. I don't think the beams did that much. Single cap for the Space Marines. I don't know what decapped over here, but they are taking it back. Aggressive jump by the Vanguard veterans. Terminators are ignoring them for now. They're going on to the VP to slice up these tactical marines. Poor bastards. 2 of them died so quick. Mark target on the Grey Knight Terminators though. And now an orbital from one of the Daemonhunters. Perhaps Alpha Centauri. And a Tempest thrown in there too. Takes down the garrison. Did it wipe the Devastators? I think it did wipe Devastators off YZ there. Force Commander's down, which means an even greater bonus from the Sacred Standard. Up to a 35%. And we do have Plasma Gun Techmarine now. Overcharged Plasma on those Grey Knight Terminators. And there's an Incinerate, lifting the Vanguard veterans into the air. They're still trying to cap. They are getting some support from the Crusader. And they're reinforcing off it. Absolute madness here. They got the cap. Can they survive? I think that guy's been tossed back far enough to escape, maybe. Oh, I think he died. He died. He didn't get in. He was not able to get in. That was clutch. Look at this Land Raider assault now. Need some more anti-vehicle, fellas, I think. Just screen-shaking madness right now. They did damage the other Land Raider, which moved back, but there's still 2 others that are nice and healthy. Vanguard veterans jumping out, barely making it out alive. Some stick bombs thrown in. They should be chucking stun bombs, because stun bombs will stun vehicles briefly. There's Tempest on the central VP again. What are the VPs looking like here? 134 to 239. Yeah, I think Alpha Centauri is calling for more anti-vehicle now. NightHog gets Purgation up. They can get the conversion beam as well. The Mekboy can get a really good beamy def gun, but he doesn't have it at the moment. Oh, but the looters do. Could also get tank busters. Tank busters are really good against land raiders because the barrage has such a large target to aim for and try to hit. Another plasma cannon. We got some more Grey Knight Terminators, this time from NightHog. Yeah, it wasn't worth losing them for that cap, was it? It's hard to give up on caps when you know you're that close. Lascannon's getting some good hits on that battle wagon there. Mekboy trying to get a decap, but he gets mark targeted and has to leave. Another orbital and another Tempest. Cyclone for some disruption. Big booms. All three Land Raiders, Redeemers are standing. The Crusaders still standing as well. Down to 87 VPs, the blue team. Vanguard veterans jumping in for some reason. Getting absolutely cooked. Oh, we have a force rod here now. 75 to 239. Can the blue team get back onto this? Should they go for the natural? Something is going for the blue team's natural. I assume it's some scouts. Yep, some scouts are here. Are the stormtroopers alive to it? They are. Can they stop the decap though? Okay, they forced them off. Mark target on the Mekboy again. Here's some Grey Knight Terminators. Can they brute force a decap? They may have to. They might have to. At least the mark target's been used already. I think the big zap gun shot just hit terrain there. Vanguard veterans jumping in again. And then they ran. They're just doing it to distract things, I suppose. Mekboy still doesn't have the beamy def gun. There's 3 Land Raiders here. Surely you got to get the beamy up. I guess he's got no wreck point, no wreck position here. Orbital shots, some decent hits. Alpha Centauri says GG. Blue team just can't find a way through. And yeah, it's bloody difficult. Bloody difficult. Can they get this Land Raider down at least? There's the Mega Rumbler. Friendly fire from a plasma cannon, I think. Dreadnought's back here. Some Emperor's Fist. It looks like the blessing of the Omnissiah is active. That Land Raider survived somehow. Blue team down to 10 VPs. And we got a decapping Apothecary here. The Space Marines are going to grab it. Much closer than the VPs would indicate, I think. Because they were like one bad engagement away from being pushed off and then the blue team stabilizing. But I think these guys needed more AV quicker. They only had a single purgation for a long time. No beamy on this guy. He seemed to just not be able to afford anything after he got the battle wagon up. Lots of attrition was taken and we see all these back points were turned red. So they were a little bit wreck starved. Mid points were red as well, of course. Let's look at these heroes, shall we? Level 4 Mekboy. Did some good mega rumbling. Super tough beam was there as well. Daemonhunter was level 4. The other guy level 7. A level 4 Force Commander. Level 7 Apothecary with improved medical equipment at the end. And a level 6 Techmarine who did have that plasma gun doing a lot of work. There you have it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. And I'll see ya next time.